Top of the morning, FPL lovers. Have you decided on your budget striker? I think I have. Let's go and have a look and see what I have been looking at to help me make up my mind. Ignore the kids in the background. It's Saturday morning. Let's go. So with less than 2.5 hours to go, I've not been convinced, and I don't think that, in fact, I'm not going to be bringing in Calvert-Lewin for Richarlison. That's not going to be my move this week. I'm going to be sticking with Richarlison and seeing how things go. If Calvert-Lewin turns out to be the better option, he's less money than Richarlison. It's an easy swap, and I'll save some money along the way. But I still think Richarlison's a safe bet, and he's due a haul in the Premier League. He's got 2 goals midweek, so not a bad shout. So let's look at my team then, and this is the position I'm going to be looking at today, and it's Wilson. And I've been having some conversations about this on Twitter. Twitter pal of mine, FPL Enigma, been having a chat with him. Got to know him last week or two since I've got onto Twitter, and he's got Wood in his team, so it sort of like got me to thinking. I've had some people suggest I asked about the budget striker. Let's have a look at the tweet that I put out. So here's the tweet I put out. I was about to record my team review. I was looking at budget strikers, 6.5 million or less to replace Wilson. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now, unless something like drastic happens this morning in terms of injuries to one of my key players. Any thoughts, comments or data that league members or the FPL community would like to share to help me and others in the same situation, gratefully received and will be in the show. So if you're watching this and you'd like to contribute to the show, put your thoughts and opinions into it, you're an FPL enthusiast, or it's your team that we're looking at that next week, then please do let me know. One thing, I won't put anything in my show without asking if I'm speaking to somebody. I think that's just a bit rude. Someone great to chat to, lots of followers, some high finishes along the way. What does he have to say? Mitrovic, Fulham's talisman, and to be honest, Mitrovic is where I have been at this week. That's been my go-to person, if you like, that I think I'm going to go to. But let's have a look at the data and see if that's still the same come the end of this. Who knows? I may even make my transfer right here, right now. If Fulham score, he's always at it. Okay, they have very good fixtures till game week 9-2, and that's what I noticed. And then they do take a turn for the worst. And I am looking for a player for the next 6, 7, 8, 9 game weeks in this position, or until. And here's what I'm really waiting for and hoping for is that Eddie Nketiah gets his regular starts for Arsenal, number 9, and starts doing the business. I think he's got the capability, and it's a role that's more than capable for. That's just the kids in the background. It's Saturday morning. That's going to happen sometimes, I'm afraid. But I'm going to keep rolling because we haven't got much time. 2, Wood. And we're going to look at Wood. Burnley have decent fixtures till about game week 9-2, expecting Wood to score a few. He's not the only one. Let's have a look at these fixtures here. So Mitrovic, lovely set of fixtures. Sheffield United's the hardest one. Wolves, tricky. Everton at the end there, but some in terms of how fixtures have looked previously, I'm not convinced with fixtures this season. Whether it's, of course, they're important, and especially for your big quality teams, your title challengers. But for the rest, there's is form playing a bigger part this season? Discuss. Let me know what you think. It's definitely a strange start to the season, anyway. So some good fixtures there for Burnley. In the next 3, 2 of them away though, in Newcastle and West Brom. Southampton are going to be looking to sort of do something. Not as straightforward. Also, here we go. Watkins with Villa facing Fulham. Next, Watkins is a great 1-week differential punt. Villa are actually having loads of shots on the go at the minute. Let's in terms of, I think they're about 3rd or 4th in terms of shots, total shots. Morpay, good start to the season for him. Yeah, he's had some great scores in the first couple of weeks. Expected him to score 10 plus this season. He's a good player. Only worry with him is his. I've never been drawn to him in the past, and he's been in the league before. Yeah, he seems to have good spurts, but is Graham Potter getting things right at Brighton? He's had a bit of time to change things around a bit. Is he going to be one of the beneficiaries of that? So yeah, excellent shouts there, Harry Travo. What did we say? Just thanking him for his contribution. FPL Enigma. I think at the time of sending this to me, he had Wood in his, and he's got his wildcard team. Enigma, let's have a look. So he's looking at Wood. Antonio, this was from a few weeks back, so possibly before the season started. So comparing per 90 minutes, Wood and Antonio, similar sort of stats. Obviously these two, well not obviously, but these two are at the same price, 6.5 millions. Shots, Wood's not getting as many as Antonio. Shots on target, still not as many. Bye, see you later, you're on camera.
Hi, Daddy.
See you later, go on.
I'm trying to get him out.
Have a nice day. Shots in the box, a lot more for Antonio. So he's got, for me, he's in the conversation, Antonio, although West Ham do have difficult fixtures, but you'd think if anyone's going to score, if it's not Souček, it's this man. And I'm only looking at a player, he's my budget striker, he's not for the season. So I'm looking for the next 7 or 8 games, and like I say, Nketiah is the one I'm looking for. Attempted assists, he's had this way too. So for me, there's good options there. As you see, I said Antonio deserves to be in the conversation. Enigma agrees, his fixtures aren't great, but you never know. We're not looking for clean sheets with Antonio. We're looking for him to score goals. If they lose 3-2 and Antonio scores goals, we're in the money. And then FPL Companion. On here. FPL Addict. Wants to give advice out, by all means. Check him out. Rob, give me some advice here. What do you think on this, mate? Now, if you're willing to go cheaper or short term, a third weekend. So it looks like there's a punt going on there. But can he outscore Bamford? This was my Mitro in the next 6 to 8 game weeks. So those were my sort of 2 choices at that point in time. He's got a decent chance, Rob thinks, but he don't think Vidra will. Bamford looks good, and I never thought I'd say that. I am worried about Bamford, with Rodrigo waiting in the wings. Again, to he's a £6 million player also in this conversation, but not for today, but in the future, so somebody I'm watching. For that reason, I'm not... Bamford has a stinker after 60 minutes, this weekend, and Rodrigo comes on and scores 2 goals, then Rodrigo's starting next week, isn't it? It's as simple as that. So I need a bit more convincing that Bamford, they've got to earn your stripes to get into Lives He Loves It FC this season, or at least show that you've got massive potential to earn them, and a very worthy sort of informed punt is the plan. So let's have a look. I can't show you this data, I'm afraid, because I'm a member of the Fantasy Football Hub, but I can talk about it. I'm sure it's common sort of knowledge amongst the FPL community. If anyone I can get him to agree to let me do this, that'd be great. I have tried to message a couple of times. I understand it's really busy at the start of the season. It's hectic at the start of the season, so I'm not expecting him to reply. But I think that could make these videos better, and it could, help me and help you and hopefully help them at the same time. Win-win-win for everybody. Let's talk about, I think, everybody's favourite player. I'm looking at 7 players. I'm looking at Mitrovic, Nketiah, Morpay, Bamford, Wilson, Wood, Antonio. So let's start with points first. Who's got the highest points? Bamford's got the highest points at 21, Morpay 18, Mitrovic in at 13, Wilson's in at 10, Nketiah in at 9, Antonio 8, and Wood's in at 6. That's over 2 games so far this season. But let's have a look and see per 90 minutes how how that works out, because not everyone's playing per 90 minutes, and I know the per 90 minutes stat is a favourite, well, of mine, but of everybody else's as well. And interestingly, right at the top is Eddie and Ketia, who came on for 16 brief minutes. 5.62 shots. That's per 90 minutes, of course. So I think he only had one shot, but it was on target and it went in. So yeah, he is one I'm watching. But Bamford, 14.32 points. Mitrovic, minutes. Morpay, 9 points. Wood again with 6. Antonio down the bottom with only 4. Tough fixtures for West Ham. But expected goals per 90 minutes. And Nketiah obviously tops the list with that, with his 16 minutes. But without that, it's Mitrovic at 1.33 expected goals. So he's getting the opportunity to play in. Wood comes in second at 0.91, Morpay 0.84, Antonio 0.75, Wilson 0.42, and Bamford performing way above his potential at 0.24. Again, another thing to not sure about whether I'm worried about it. Let's look at the Opta stats, because that's what it's sort of generated. Let's look in total. Opta stats for shots, and it's Antonio that's coming out on top. With 9 shots, Mitrovic with 7 in much less minutes, 117 minutes. Wilson and Morpay on 5, and then you're down to Wood and Bamford on 3 out of this lot. And Nketiah just on the 1 in that short period of time. On target, 5 for Mitrovic. The most amount of shots on target for Mitrovic in that period of time, in 117 minutes, was Mitrovic. Shots on target per 90 minutes. Obviously topping the list is Nketiah with his 1 goal in 60 minutes. But then Mitrovic, shots on target, 3.85 per 90 minutes. And I know it's mostly only one game, but did you read what Bielsa said about how the defenders couldn't cope with him? Yeah. If Bielsa's saying that the defenders couldn't cope with Mitrovic, then I don't think defenders in general, central defenders, are as big and burly as they used to be, shall we say. And I think headers of the ball, and I think Everton hopefully are going to benefit from this season, and I think we're going to have the most headed goals this season. I think that's something that we're going to look to exploit, without a doubt. Heard it here first. But I think players of Mitrovic are going to benefit in this league also. So as you can see, he's still my first choice. Nothing's convincing me otherwise. Wood comes in second at 2. And like I say, this is only a short-term, hopefully, unless he nails it, thing for a short-term thing whilst I wait for Eddie. So I want to delve a little bit deeper, see where the action's actually going on for these players, and make an informed decision. So this is a website I've started using, whoscored.com, and what I like about this is I can choose the position that I want, toggle all I'm putting forwards, and I can look and see what's going on in the forward lines, and straight away I can see I'm looking per game at the minute. So let's look at totals. Looking at totals at the minute, and here is basically a detailed performance of where these touches are happening. So total shots overall. Let's look and see who's got the most shots. It's Michail Antonio, 6.5 million. So he's got some tough fixtures. He's got more to come. Out of the box, 3 box and in the penalty area. So he's getting some good shots, but not a good scoring. This is his overall rating. So he might not be defending very well, or blocks or interceptions, tackle, losing his aerial duels, etc. This is some finer detail. Get a message there. Should have put that on silent. However, let's have a look and see who's getting the most touches outside of the box. It's Mitrovic. Inside the 6-yard box, Dom, Lacazette, Antonio. Who's getting the most in the penalty area? Danny Ings. Zaha, Mitrovic is up there. But let's go. I know you want to. Per 90 minutes. And total amount of shots per 90 minutes. Top of the list is Mitrovic. Timo Werner, don't be disheartened if you've got him. Maybe hold on to him. He's getting the shots away. In the penalty area. So he's getting close enough. He's getting fouled. So that's good, but Alexander Mitrovic tops the charts. Calvert-Lewin, Antonio, Chris Wood, half the amount of shots. Maybe he's more clinical, good argument. And maybe Burnley have got the kind of fixtures. Don't know. Anyway, what do you think to that stat? Per 90 minutes, outside of the box. Most shots, Alexander Mitrovic. Antonio, he's willing to shoot from anywhere, 6-yard box. Calvert-Lewin, not there. Wilson. So Wood and more pay. Who else was in the list? Basically, they're not there. The only 6.5 million ones who are actually getting in the 6-yard box, or budget strikers. You've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, ones that I'm considering, but he's not in this conversation. He's turning into a more expensive player. Mikel Antonio, Callum Wilson, who I'm looking to get rid of, but he's only had one there over the last 2 games. But the whole penalty area, Mitrovic, he's up there again. This is per 90. Chris Wood just behind him. So, some interesting stats there, guys. What do I do? What do I do? I'm going to leave this. Where's my team? I'm going to leave it till, what time are we on now? 8:54. I'm going to leave it to about 10:30. I'm going to try and get this video out as quick as I possibly can. Edited it. Apologies if there's gaps in between. If you like this, and this is my dilemma number 2 of the week, and you want your dilemma to be discussed next week, then get in touch. Either leave comments underneath or get in touch with me on Twitter @LivesYouLovesIt, and let's discuss your things, and let's see if we can get some of the people who have contributed to like my conversation this week to contribute to your conversation, and see if you can help you make an informed decision and get that focus on getting it right. So if I don't see you again for the rest of the day, have an absolutely amazing game week, guys. If I can, I'm going to try and do a very quick captain choice video based on a similar sort of scenario, delving in. But that'll probably be up within the last half an hour if I do, guys. All right then. If not, have a great game week. Like I say, let's get those green arrows. Over and out. So remember, I'm not an expert. I just loves it.